गुड इवनिंग। कुछ बातें दिल से, कुछ सोच जमाने की। कुछ बातें दिल से, कुछ सोच जमाने की। कुछ चर्चा हो जाए हकीकत की और फसाने की। जहाँ हर लफ्ज में हो एहसास की गहराई। जहाँ हर लफ्ज में हो एहसास की गहराई। हर बात में झलके सोच की ये सच्चाई। क्योंकि इस पॉडकास्ट में जुड़े हैं आज कुछ खास लोग जो सुनेंगे एक खास लिंक between prevention of aging and non-communicable diseases। नमस्कार, मैं आपकी होस्ट डॉक्टर कंचन शर्मा, चेयरपर्सन ऑफ फॉक्सी एनसीडी कमिटी। इन्हीं खूबसूरत शब्दों के साथ आज के इस 120th एपिसोड ऑफ ज्ञान प्रवाह में आप सभी का स्वागत करती हूँ, अभिनंदन करती हूँ। ये मेरे लिए बड़े ही गर्व की बात है कि आज हमारे इस पॉडकास्ट में I have two visionary leaders of Foxy, one past and the senior Foxy president, Professor Dr. Narendra Malhotra sir, and other is the present Foxy president. About both of them, I can say that they are not defined by the years they lived, but by the lives they have touched. They are not known just for what they have done, but for the legacy they continued to build. First of all, I want to speak few words about Dr. Sunita Tandulwadkar,
This is
madam.
your and Narendra's show, not mine.
She is not just a madam, is not just a name, but a movement of a mission, a flame with heart, full of purpose and hands that heal. She turns her vision into ideas that feel real. Her work regarding Foxy Sampurna project, Know Your Number, दो टीके जिंदगी के, and collecting data about NCDs and involving all of us in a very short span of period speaks all about it. She is not only the president of Foxy at present, but president-elect of ISAR. She is a true leader who doesn't climb the highest, but lifts others too as she rises. So, madam, your leadership is not a title, but it is a legacy and is written in the hearts of thousands. Dr. Sunita Tandulwadkar, madam, you are not just a president, but you are a
Kanchan,
pioneer.
that's
Madam, just
okay. You
few
are
words.
making
A
me feel
poet,
very awkward.
practice, a force of resilience and hope. As we walk in your footsteps, we carry your vision and light the path ahead with your unwavering mission. With these words, madam, I invite you to bless the podcast.
Thank you, Kanchan. Kanchan, you are very pure soul, yeah. You speak and you touch the heart. I'm so thankful to your generous words and remain like this, only smiling. I still remember the Kanchan before becoming committee chairperson. She was as humbled even after becoming a committee chairperson. Today, you got Narendra Malhotra on the podcast. That was the biggest, I think, honor we have got, because in Foxy 2025, the podcast series of Gyan Pravah, Narendra, I thought this I will start because I have 30 committee chairperson. I wanted to stop the webinars because ICOG is doing a very good job in a webinar teaching. And I felt these chairpersons are our future leaders. And it will be very nice if they can have interaction with any leader globally, from academic, non academic, social, political, philosophical, spiritual, any background. It will evolve them every time. They have to take their questionnaires, they have to have a dialogue with them. So I felt it will boost their confidence. But believe me, what is happening, 120 podcast, I am meeting 120 faculty. It's such an immense pleasure when I see people have taken even Nitin Gadkari ji on the podcast. But Above all, I met so many people and I felt I have evolved as a person. I met so many personalities. One of the personality of foundation was Invisible Scar Foundation. She's working for women against violence against women. I love the word invisible scar. It's so beautiful foundation name, and the work they are doing is so amazing. You start realizing you are very small on this earth, a lot to walk and lot to achieve. But I'm thankful to Narendra for coming on the Foxy platform today of Gyan Pravah and is with Foxy 2025 team, which is always, but still, I must say, I'm very thankful to Kanchan for having Narendra with us. Thank you. I know Narendra, a person which you cannot describe in words or in lines. I don't have enough adjectives for Narendra. Narendra, truly, I love you, and Foxy loves you. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Really, these words fits to sir. Now is the time to introduce another great Foxy leader whose work echoes always in Foxy. Sir, you
Yeah,
are
sure.
not just a leader, but a lighthouse guiding Foxy into the future. Sir, your CV is outstanding. It reflects remarkable journey and it's well crafted. I will read only the highlights. Sir, everybody in the Foxy know about you. You are the Lighthouse. You are the Managing Director Global Rainbow Healthcare Ujala Sinus Rainbow Hospital. You are the Director of ART Rainbow IVF, Director of Foxy Smriti Manita CSC. You are the Vice President of the Society of Ovarian Rejuvenation. You are the Director Project Positive Health Rotary District. Director International Relation of CEFOG, National Director and Ronald School of Ultrasound, Professor, Sanjeevo School of Science and Technology, Croatia. You are so many achievements, sir. You are speaker in so many conference. I don't remember any conference in which your oration is not there. We are usually obliged, and usually when we hear your orations, we really feel ourselves कि हम सब धन्य हो गए आपके इतना सुंदर ओरेशन सुन के सर. You are editor of so many books, editor of so many journals even. You got so many prizes, awards. ISAR Lifetime Achievement Award is one of them. Foxy Dr. DC Datta, Best Textbook Award. Foxy Box President Felicitation Award. Amar Ujala COVID Warrior Samman Award. Foxy Dhira Award. You got Foxy Lifetime Achievement Award, Ian Donald Appreciation Award, so many good award, Leaders Agra Appreciation Award, Manita Champions Award, Pride of Foxy Award, One Mahotsav Award, Dronacharya Award, Manmohan Award by West, Dr. Corona Award, Brij Ratan Award, Manita League of Champions Award, Dr. Thomas Chandy Memorial Oration Award. You got Man of the Year Award, Gyan P. Lal Award, Best Citizen of the India Award. Wow, sir. So many good awards. C.S. Dawn Awards and Jagdishwari Mishra Awards. This is, we are really obliged by your presence, sir. Sir, we welcome you here.
Thank you. Thank you, Kanchan.
Thank you.
Beautifully.
My pleasure.
I was not even aware few awards, so lovely to hear that. Narendra, our protocol is you and Kanchan will be in the frame, and I will be watching this and hearing you both from the viewers link, other link. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
being
Thank you
here.
for inviting me here.
And Kanchan, I'm sure it will be one of the best podcast ever. Thank you.
Thank you, madam, for your wishes. So, sir, first of all, I welcome you here, and this is my privilege that to be here with you interviewing. Sir, Just we want to know about, is there any term like prevention of aging as we have in this podcast? Any way to keep yourself ever young or methods to delay it?
So, aging is a process which will happen to all of us.
Yes.
Nobody can stop aging. We
Yes.
all have to age, and it depends on how you're aging. Now, there are two types of age. One is your chronological age, which comes from your birth. Yeah, it's a number. You may be 50, 60, 70, whichever day you were born from. The other is biological aging. Biological aging is when your cells are getting old faster than your chronological age. So if you are actually 40, but you have started looking like 60 or 70, and you are getting slowing down because of that. So there is no way to stop the chronological age because the world will go around, the clock will never stop, it always ticks, and your age will keep on by every minute. By the end of this podcast, both of us will be 1 hour older than what we are when we start. But we can slow down the biological aging. So you can slow down how your cells age, and if you slow down how your cells age, you will be much healthier. So this is a disciplined life which you have to follow. Wake up early, sleep early, eat good nutritious diet, uh, keep away from all recreational drugs, especially smoking and tobacco. Alcohol in very, very light moderation, if at all. Otherwise, keep away from that. And be away from stress. And live your life for today. See, we cannot do anything to our life which is gone yesterday. And we don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. Because I read a study that only 11 out of 100 people live more than 60. So we should be feeling lucky. And that is what you can slow down. So by keeping your moderating or changing your lifestyle, you can slow down your biological age. And of course, then you have to take care of your body part. So self-care becomes very important. And by self-care, I mean physical self-care, mental self-care, sexual self-care, emotional self-care, all that has to be. So keep your brain active, meditate, keep your brain shut during that time, do proper yoga, proper meditation, use the proper sunscreen creams, use the proper cosmetics if you have, do not go for lead based and other cosmetics. And of course, supplement your food with nutritious proteins and multivitamins and antioxidants and herbal products which will give you much more value. I like people in Ayurveda long back used to live for 100 years, all those Rishi Munis,
Yes.
and what they were eating plants. So plant based Mediterranean diet with protein being added if you're non-vegetarian from the non-vegetarian source. Otherwise, you supplement your protein with in the form of protein powder, shakes, or whatever. So that is briefly how you can slow down biological aging, but you cannot slow down chronological aging.
Very nice to hear, sir. Actually, we should all follow all these factors about slowing down the biological age, so that many person, if we see in the 60s, it looks like they are of 40 years. So that is the reason they look like. I can just take an example of a generator. I had two generator at two different situations. One, they are maintaining them very well, they are servicing them very well, they are giving their fuel and etc and all the things. Other was kept uncared, and that stopped working. So I can understand your things accordingly. So I just want to hear any interesting story about yourself, how you have maintained your biological age. As I have seen you since long, that is just stationary. So how you have maintained, what extra efforts you advise us and you are doing for it? Some interesting story of yourself, sir. Just we all are interested to hear that.
So I was born in Bombay and brought up in a small town for the first 2, 3 years called Bharatpur, into a doctor's family. And then we shifted to Agra in 1959, and my grandfather started up the first private nursing home of Uttar Pradesh. So while growing up, I was a carefree child. So I was allowed to go and mix up with everyone. So हम लोग गली गली में all it was caste, poor, rich, nothing mattered. We were a very modest family. We were not a very rich and a very affluent family. So, and near our house used to be some lakes and talab, which like the olden thing. And we used to play the local games like gilli danda, like ball, throwing the ball, and
Right.
kanche, and all. So once you are exposed to all that environment, your body is going to get immune. So those of us who are first thing is if you protect your child too much from environmental exposure, they will have a weak immunity. So, Abhi, now the things are different. Now the pollution and all is so bad that we
Yes.
cannot let our children be exposed to all. Still, they should be exposed to external rather than just the screen time. So that was my schooling. I was an average student in school, but very good in games. So that physical activity was always there. Then, of course, in the medical college, I suddenly improved in my academics and also in games. And I was the sports secretary of the college, and national sports festival I have organized. And Jaideep was the best sportswoman, and that is where we met in college, and our story began. So basically, we have been like we have had our time of fun. We have done all the naughty things which everyone does, but have not fallen prey to all those things. So if you in college days, you don't have to fall to peer pressure. Smoking, everyone's smoking, so you also want to. Well, yes, you try it, stop it. Everyone's drinking, you have a glass of beer with them. That's it. And everyone's doing naughty things. So you have to be complete in your life. That is what we wake up early, we eat disciplined food, we work very hard with full concentration and with least stress, and we try to minimize the stress. So a lot of people said, both of you are gynecologists, how will you practice together? Competition hoega. That was the best decision in our life. We have no competition, we are complementing each other. So our work has become so easy. मेरे को नहीं कुछ समझ आ रहा तो शी इज देयर, उसको नहीं आ रहा तो आई एम देयर. एंड नाउ बोथ चिल्ड्रन आर देयर एज गायनिक्स, and then mother father were there. So we have four generation of gynecologists who live together. So basically life ko, if you moderate your life and do all the things in moderate and don't go excess, don't fall a prey to all this. So सब कुछ करो, बट थोड़ा करो, और सब कुछ करो और ठीक से करो, जिससे कि आपको वो उसको अपना अपना आपको कमांड नहीं करने दो. यू कमांड योर लाइफ. दैट इज हाउ you can feel young, and if you feel young, you look young.
Yes, surely, sir. As I am seeing you in Foxy since very long, I have seen you even fun-loving, and all of us, they like your this attitude, and you still look so young because of these all activity. And we learned a lot by your this. I think we all become more wiser by your this personal experience through
You
this
don't fight
podcast.
with anyone. Don't have any groupism. Don't support or not support this, and don't bitch about anyone. So no gossip. So Foxy में आओ, स्माइल करो, सबको गले लगाओ, हंसो, खेलो, खाना खाओ, अपना लेक्चर दो. That's it. अभी उसने ये बोला, उसने ये बोला, वो ये कर रहा है, वो प्रेसिडेंट के लिए लड़ रहा है, उसको सपोर्ट नहीं करेंगे. ऑल दैट आई एम अवे. सो बोथ ऑफ अस डोंट. सो लॉट ऑफ पीपल से कि आपकी बहुत फॉलोइंग है, प्लीज सपोर्ट मी. Yes, we will support you, but I'm not going to tell anyone to support you.
Right.
It is your battle. You fight. Nobody supported me. I went into Foxy at a very young age as a president. A lot of
Right.
people said, बहुत छोटा है अभी, ये है क्या करेगा? But that's it. That's how it is. So you have to decide
Yes.
your fate and your path of life.
मैंने आपको कहते हुए सुना सर, चाह गई चिंता मिटी, चाह गई चिंता मिटी, मनुआ बेपरवाह, जिनको कचना चाहिए वो शान के शाह. सो ये आप ही से सीखा है सर. थैंक यू.
मिल जाए तो खुश हो, नहीं मिले तो भी खुश रहो.
यस यस. तो अकॉर्डिंग टू यू, क्या विथ एजिंग देर आर सर्टेन डिजीजेस, अगर अपनी एज को कंट्रोल नहीं रखा तो क्या कुछ डिजीजेस you can say they are also increasing? Is there any link between the aging and the certain non-communicable diseases, like as we see hypertension, the who are suppose as you were saying, the person who are not smiling always, taking everything lightly,
Stressful.
they are suffering more from the hypertension, from the diabetes. they are having low activity, they are becoming obese, they are having thyroid disease, etc. Is there any link, sir? I just want to know
So
from
we
you.
have to understand both of them.
Yes,
They're NCD. NCD means non-communicable disease.
yes,
जो बैक्टीरिया वायरस से नहीं फैलती है. And these are diabetes, heart disease, cancer, chronic lung disease. These come in NCDs. Then there is aging disease. Aging disease are different than NCDs. Aging disease सबको होएगी. We will all get memory loss, Alzheimer's. We will all get osteoporosis. We will all get sarcopenia. And these are age-related diseases and age-related macular degeneration. So your eyesight becomes weak. They will happen to everyone, irrespective of whatever. But NCDs can happen to any age. It is not necessary that you will get NCD. Everyone, when they get old, will get diabetes. Diabetes can happen at 20. Blood pressure can happen at 15. So blood pressure, and these are different. So the only common link is that many of the NCDs will accelerate when your body biologically ages faster. So many aging disease are driven by chronic inflammation. If our body is in chronic inflammation, oxidative stress, because of our bad lifestyle or epigenetics, then we are likely to get NCDs more in older age group. But otherwise, it can happen anywhere. And they are totally lifestyle driven NCDs. NCDs happen because of bad diet, no physical activity, tobacco use, alcohol use, chronic stress, and what a term which we call is inflammaging. So inflammaging is very, very important. If you have inflammation in your body, you're going to get disease. So we have to control our inflammation. So our body is genetic. So we are born with genes, 30,000-40,000 genes. All of the genes are not good. All of us have bad genes. We all are carrying genetic diseases, even cancer genes. But all of us don't get cancer. So these genes you have to know how to activate your good genes. So if you are in a bad epigenetic, that means the atmosphere is bad. So the epigenetics effects goes inside, smoke, alcohol, bad things, and alters the gene and will activate the bad genes. And those are the people who suffer from NCDs. So it is the epigenetics which is responsible for epigenetics. Aging is different. Aging, Alzheimer's, osteoporosis, arthritis will happen to all. How they will happen, you can slow that down, but you cannot avoid completely. So everyone will get aging diseases, but not necessarily everyone should get NCDs. You can prevent NCDs.
very good, sir. Sir, really thick of great knowledge. You have told about inflammaging. That along with the aging, many times that happens, the inflammation that happens in each and every organ, we can delay by having good epigenetics, by good environment, by good lifestyle, and good habits. So, in a country where millions of women silently face the consequences of non-communicable disease like diabetes, hypertension, osteoporosis, cardiovascular issues, and cancers, we made our mission to spotlight this invisible burden. So a woman's health doesn't end with menopause, but it begins a new chapter, and we as a gynecologist must be ready to write it with our care, consciousness, and compassion. Sir, really, I like your idea. I just want to know, sir, that many person they are saying that with menopause, that as the patient ages and after the menopause, there are certain diseases that increases, the incidence that increases. So, is a definite thing that everyone after the menopause gets certain kind of problems, or they may control it. What are the measures? How can they control this?
So in women of reproductive age group, estrogen hormone, the female hormone, is a very protective hormone. And till the woman is producing good estrogen, she is healthy. She is less likely to have cardiovascular disease or any NCDs and osteoporosis. Once the estrogen levels go down in perimenopause, menopause, and then postmenopause, then the protective effect of estrogen is not there, and the body is now in a chronic inflammatory state. So the CRP will be high, and this is the time when cardiovascular disease, Alzheimer's, and diabetes will set up on this woman. So women are more prone to cardiovascular risk, Alzheimer's, and diabetes after the age of 45 or 50 when the
Right.
estrogen level. So we have to be very careful. So we have to tell them to plan for menopause not at 50, at 35.
Oh,
So that is why Dr. Jaideep formed the what we called as the Club 35.
oh,
So when you do
great.
awareness program for women at Club 35 and tell them that you're going to have that.
Ah,
So you have to have good diet from 35. You have to do weight bearing exercise so your bones are strong. You have to take good nutritious diet and you have to sleep well. You have to keep a good physical activity. You have to manage your stress. And once they come into perimenopause and start having hot flushes, the acute estrogen deficiency symptoms, then you have to add estrogen as early as possible for a estrogen replacement therapy or what we call as estrogen progesterone replacement therapy if they're menstruating or not. Adding estrogen after 60 is of no value. And that is what the WHI study was stopped because they saw that adding estrogen over a later age was more for breast cancers and all. So, yes, high estrogen is a precursor of breast cancer. Breast cancer comes in older age group after 55. We have to be careful when we're giving estrogen. So, estrogen to take the acute and preventive and then shift over to plant estrogen or shift over to drugs like Sibilone or things. So a woman has adequate estrogen to keep her body cells functioning and keep her away or protect from cardiovascular disease, hypertension, Alzheimer's, and to some extent diabetes. But she has to add all the lifestyle. It is not only this, it is a complete lifestyle. So nutrition, physical activity, sleep, stress management, and avoiding toxins, all that will be form a package of a healthy growing up, healthy aging for women, and a healthy menopause. So that is what we have to look after.
of course, as you said, that estrogen is a hormone of young female. So that doesn't mean that each and every female should start taking estrogen because it has, as you said, certain bad effects. It can increase the chances of breast cancer also. So that should be taken under the prescription as the doctor advice with the proper genuine way. And I just want to ask, sir, are there early signs or the biomarkers that indicate accelerated aging or the NCT risk? Should we get it done?
So yes, there are tests for aging. First is that after the age of 40, you must get all the routine tests once a year at least. So for women, it is blood test and a breast examination and a pap smear and a transvaginal ultrasound for the ovarian size.
Right.
All women every year or maybe once in 2 years after the age of 40 should get a routine testing. That is routine. For men, you add the prostate screening and you add PSA to it, and you add the other testosterone to it maybe. So these are the common tests which everyone should get. Now, specifically for accelerated aging or women or men at risk for NCD in aging, there are some specific biomarkers. And
Okay.
these specific biomarkers are HbA1c, high
Okay.
blood pressure,
Right.
abnormal lipid profile,
Right.
chronic inflammatory markers like CRP and IL-6,
Okay.
epigenetic aging clocks like DNA methylation test, which is still emerging. It is not yet in the market, but it will be one of the best tests. So we know that the DNA is not getting damaged by our age and your waist circumference, which will tell you how much visceral fat you have. So visceral fat is more dangerous. The fat inside the belly is more dangerous. And that is your what you got. So I said, and you have to track all these. So I said, all of us should follow the rule of 80. 80 pulse, 80 diastolic blood pressure, 80 centimeters waist circumference, and 8 hours of sleep, 0, and the other things, which are all related to 80. And 80 blood glucose, fasting blood glucose. So, rule of 80, you maintain, you will never age biologically.
Great. So we should all remember all the person who are joining this podcast should be wise enough knowing the rule of 80. Sir,
80
very
kgs
good.
also, weight also
80,
less than 80 kg.
less than 80 kg, 8 hours sleep, less than 80 blood pressure, less than 80 blood sugar, fasting sugar, and great. Sir, as now with the uh, newer, I have seen that there are more and more mental diseases. They are coming. So, what is the role that does mental health play in the prevention equation of these aging and non-communicable diseases that also
Mm.
come under
So
non-communicable?
mental health is a new disease which has come into it. When
Right.
I was in MBBS, even in postgraduate, the book which we used to read,
Yes.
depression and mental health was only one page, and we
Right.
used to get a short note on it.
Huh.
The latest medicine book, Harrison or the others, has 40 pages on mental health and depression. So ये डिप्रेशन क्या हो गया, ये डिप्रेशन कहाँ से आ गया, व्हाट इज दिस डिप्रेशन, व्हाट इज दिस एंजाइटी? So
Right.
people are, because of bad lifestyle, because of trying to show that they are number one, because of this race which they tell their children to always come first in class, to always come first in race, to always do best, and to look good, to look. So there are so many factors which raise the anxiety level. So if the child is not able to perform, उसका एंजाइटी बहुत, मेरे फादर क्या कहेंगे, मेरी माँ क्या कहेगी, and you see there is so much and when they go for coaching, they don't get selected in medicine or engineering, they're committing suicide. Now this was never heard of 30, 40 years back or 50 years back. This is all a recent disease. It's just because of the peer pressure and challenging the youngsters to do better. So parents are forcing them, and you have to become a doctor. Are that child has got a flair for arts. He or she is very good in drawing. Let her go for arts. Let her not go. So this is what is causing what we call as anxiety. Anxiety means always getting anxious, and that is releasing cortisol and catecholamines and all, and causing your cells not to function. And that, if you're not able to achieve, then you go to depression, and that is mental depression. So, mental wellness is a cornerstone for healthy aging. You have to remain mentally healthy. How do you remain mentally healthy? Have a social connect. So, make friends. आप सड़क पे कहीं भी जा रहे हो, कोई भी सामने आ रहा हो, उसको एक स्माइल दो और हेलो बोलो। एक जो भी जिस फ्रेंड से मिलते हो, एक प्यार की जप्फी दो। You see how much that releases dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and all the happiness hormones come out, and depression will run away far from it. Then, whatever work you're doing, have a purpose. Don't do purposeless working. So, may subah you wake up in the morning, Aaj my target is this, and have a target which is achievable. And then don't take too many targets at the same time. Some people can do too many works, so they are blessed as multitasking, but that creates anxiety and that creates stress. And then, of course, you have to have emotional resilience. Emotional resilience means you might run into very emotional situations, patient not doing well, your operation gone wrong, a patient death, or a death in the family, or a death of a pet, everything that will cause you to emotionally react. Yes, we will react emotionally because we are human beings, but a resilience is needed there. And that, if you do all this, of course, you're going to live longer, and of course, you're going to live healthier longer. Even if you don't live longer, you're going to live a healthier life. So, for a healthier life, mental health is now the most important issue in front of us.
थैंक यू वेरी मच। एक्चुअली दिस इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इशू। कहीं ना कहीं ये गीता का ज्ञान ये सामने आता है कि आप कुछ भी करते जाओ, सब कुछ ईश्वर पे छोड़ते जाओ। जो कुछ हो रहा है अच्छे के लिए हो रहा है, उसी ने किया है। कहीं ना कहीं जो पेरेंट्स अब अपने बच्चों पे कहीं ना कहीं प्रेशर डालते हैं, मेंटल प्रेशर डालते हैं, दैट यू हैव टू कम फर्स्ट इन योर क्लास, you have to do good. They are thinking that comes in front of themselves also in the form of mental anxiety and all these issues which you have narrated very well, sir. Thank you
तो
for giving
एक
us this
वन
knowledge.
थिंग वी हैव टू रिमेंबर हियर, सब कुछ भगवान पे नहीं डाल सकते। भगवान सिजेरियन आके नहीं करेगा। ठीक है। तो आपकी स्किल, और वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, आप
हाँ,
सिजेरियन की इंसिशन लगाने से पहले आंख बंद करके भगवान को याद करिए, टेल हिम
यस,
आई एम डूइंग माय बेस्ट, यू हैव टू हेल्प मी एंड सेव मी। सो
यस,
भगवान आपके साथ सारथी खड़ा होएगा। कृष्ण कृष्ण भगवान ने लड़ाई नहीं करी, कृष्ण भगवान
सारथी।
ने रथ चलाया। सो गॉड इज योर सारथी, गॉड विल शो यू द पाथ यू हैव टू डू योर सेल्फ। So you have to work yourself. That is there. God can show you light. So Bhagavad Gita is the best thing to read to show you light.
वेरी
And the 18 adhyayas of Bhagavad Gita can be just shortened in 18 lines. And I've got a different reel on that, which you can go on YouTube and see how to understand Bhagavad Gita in just 18 lines.
वो
And
आपकी
just
80
follow
लाइन
those lines.
जरूर सुनेंगे सर,
वो
और
वो
सबको
वो जस्ट
कहते
फॉलो
हैं।
दोज लाइंस एंड नहीं, वो रील देखनी पड़ेगी, बहुत पहले लिखी थी तो एकदम से ऊपर नीचे हो सकती है।
हाँ, या सबको कहते हैं, जितने लोग यहाँ जुड़े हुए हैं सर की वो 18 लाइन भगवत गीता की जरूर सुने। हम लोग सब बहुत ही अच्छा महसूस करेंगे, एंड रियली दे आर वेरी वाइज। सो एस ऑलरेडी यू हैव said that we really reverse the sign of aging or early stage NCDs?
सो अर्ली स्टेज एनसीडीज को यस, बहुत सारा रिसर्च नाउ इज कम फॉर इंटेंसिव लाइफस्टाइल चेंजेस विच कैन शो बायोलॉजिकल, slow down biological aging and also reduce early NCD. And early NCD can be. So supposing you are pre-diabetic today, and your HbA1c goes to about to 6.5 or something, and your blood sugar fasting is 110 or 100, you're not diabetic yet, you're at the pre-diabetic, so you're likely to become diabetic, and you are 100 kgs of weight. So just losing weight and coming down to that 80 will reverse pre-diabetic state,
Oh, good.
and even diabetes.
Yes.
And it will reduce your metformin dose, it will reduce your anti-diabetic dose, it
Oh,
will reduce the insulin requirement if you just lose weight. So
right.
losing weight is very, very important. Keeping the correct weight and keeping your BMI under 23 or 22, whatever your height says, is very, very important. If you have a high BMI, please, please, please go on a strict no white eating diet, no sugar, no salt, no maida, no aloo, no wheat. Eat a
Okay.
plant-based Mediterranean diet.
Right.
सो खूब ग्रीन सब्जियां और ये खाइए, हेल्दी रहिए। इफ यू आर नॉन वेजिटेरियन, फिश खाइए, रेड मीट अवॉइड करिए। So
Okay.
that is how is number one to reverse diabetes. The next thing is how to reverse heart disease.
Heart
Now,
disease.
heart disease is stress related. So first thing you have to do meditation and stress. So go for long walks, do yoga, do cardio exercises, and do at least 150 minutes per week is of moderate exercise. ये नहीं टहलते हुए पार्क में वो एक गप्पे मारते थे, दैट इज नॉट वॉकिंग। ब्रिस्क वॉकिंग इज for 40 minutes a day, and or yoga, half an hour of yoga and pranayam and asanas both, and then come back in the evening after work, do some weight training. So lifting weights, putting, and then stretching. So this stretching, this all this will release the good hormones in your body. And when sex hormone binding globulins is reduced, your happiness quotient will, you'll feel fitter, your muscles will not pain, and that will regress the heart disease. It is not a cure. If
Oh,
you have a heart disease, you have to take pharmacological medicines. This will just regress. And of course, as I told you, add plant-based diet or a Mediterranean diet, what we say, for regressing. Then you how to reduce the epigenetic stress. So the NCDs are coming because of epigenetic. So your sleeping well is very important. So
yeah.
7 to 8 hours of sleep is absolutely essential in the
Okay.
night. Taking a power nap in the morning or afternoon is on you. Some people feel tired, so 20 to 30 minutes of power nap in the afternoon is okay. Not 3 or 4 hours in the afternoon. If you sleep 3 or 4 hours in the afternoon, you'll not sleep in the night.
Right.
So you'll not be able to sleep till 1 o'clock in the night. Then you wake up
Right.
late and your whole thing is disturbed.
Right.
And then, of course, because food cannot provide us all the nutrition, so nutrition supplement added to your diet is very important. I was there in Bombay on 8th of May on a World Nutrify Today conclave, which happens every year. Dr.
Right.
Nandita was also there on my panel, and Shilpa Joshi was there on my panel. And we discussed nutrition womb to tomb.
Oh,
So when the baby is inside the mother's womb, From there, 1000 days, and then 2000 days till the age of 5 years.
Right.
That 2000 days will determine this baby is going to have NCD or not.
Oh,
So it all depends on how the mother is eating to prevent the child from having NCDs. And this effect, if she doesn't eat properly or doesn't take care of her pregnancy, the effect goes to transgenerational. So it
very.
will go to 3 generations.
Oh,
So one sick mother who is not eating, caring, and has a child who's born growth retarded and preterm, the
right.
next child of that child will also be like that, and of that also will be.
Oh,
So to prevent 3 generations to be unhealthy, the pregnant mother should eat properly
oh,
and sleep properly and meditate properly. That's where all these yoga, Garbh Sanskar, it goes back to Gita again or Mahabharat and the Garbh Sanskar, where Abhimanyu learnt everything inside. So
yes.
it goes back to that, and that is true. It has scientifically been true. We have produced a paper on this, which is published in the SAFOG journal on the app because Dr. Jaydeep and some IIT people made an app for pregnancy care showing Garbh Sanskar and diet and yoga. And then we did a double blind study, those who are following all this, those not. And this paper was well appreciated. It's been published paper, won the best paper award, published in the journal and all that. So it is scientific. So let's try scientifically to reverse the age right from the womb. So the mother remains happy and the child which is born will be free of NCDs.
Free of NCTs. Very nice tips. Should I appreciate a lot, and everybody should learn from these tips. We should try to keep our mother healthy. That is the preconceptional care. The tips which you have given are very
Preconception is
appreciated.
different. So let me come to preconception for 1 more minute. Preconception is when they are before pregnancy planning. So
Right.
pregnancy planning again needs special care. So you need pre-pregnancy care. And so you need to match the medical kundli of both. So what we call is आप कुंडली तो मिला रहे हैं पंडित से एक मेडिकल कुंडली भी मिलाइए. इट इज नॉट नेसेसरी लव
Yes.
मैरिज होएगी तो ये नहीं कह सकते डोंट मैरी देम बिकॉज इसको थैलेसीमिया माइनर है बट यू कैन एडजस्ट द रिस्क.
Yes.
So medical kundli is very, very important for
Right.
preconceptional counseling. Then when I was the president of Fogsi in 2008,
Right.
and we were doing workshops all over India on neural tube defects
Right.
with Dr. Suresh, the famous ultrasound from Chennai.
Yes.
And both have said that we have to give folic acid, somehow make folic acid compulsory to all girls and women.
Right.
So both of us coined a word called engagement pill. So, if anyone in your family, friends is getting engaged and planning marriage after 3 months, give that girl 3 months packet of folic acid pills. Best gift you can give her.
Great, great.
Engagement pill
Great
is
idea.
your best gift for those who are getting married or those who are planning pregnancy the next. So folic acid is one single small cheapest intervention which we can make to prevent a lot of diseases in the next generation.
Great, great idea of engagement pill. So that should be appreciated and everybody should follow that. A great idea. That is the preconception care that will make mother as well as the fetus, intrauterine fetus, healthy and give a very healthy epigenetic environment. Sir, is there a public health approach to manage aging and NCD together?
So, Abhi, till last 10 years, our country was not focusing on NCDs at all.
Yes.
Yes, it is very much needed that we should be prevent. देखो, antibiotics can control bacteria, antifungals can control fungal infection,
Right.
antivirals can control viral infections. We have practically won the battle on communicable diseases, most of the communicable disease,
Right.
except COVID, HIV, and all that, which is also the progress is happening. But NCD, no one thought कि NCD आएगा. So NCD and aging now are the leading cause of death more than communicable disease worldwide.
Right.
So every government, every policy, WHO, UNA, UNFPA, whoever it is, Foxy, IMA, IAP, all have to put a preventive public health program for prevention of NCD. So how will we do this? We have to make our cities, जो new city design कर रहे हैं, उनको cities को well design करना है. So cities have parks, cities have walkways, cities
Right.
have cycling paths, so people can exercise.
हाँ.
They don't have to drive to the office. Make the cities walk friendly, cycling friendly, plant friendly, so they can go and do yogas in public places and breathe fresh air. That is number one. That is the infrastructure which every new city being planned should have. Theoretically, it is there. If you go to any development authority for a to pass your this thing, yeah, you have to have this. But practically, it doesn't happen. So we have to seriously do that, which I think is happening, started happening now. The second most important point is health education. So, health education awareness programs should be taken as a public health approach by the government, by the NGOs, by the professional society, by the individuals like you and me. And we
Yes.
should go to schools, we should go to factories, we should go to hotels and talk to their staff. And I'm invited to a lot of hotels, five-star hotels in Agra, to talk about sexually transmitted diseases,
Right. Right.
because there are these waiters and all and employees, women and men who are living together, and
Right.
they are sexually active. So, and they don't know anything about sexually trans. So you have to give a big awareness boost. Go to school, talk to girls. Today is, by the way, World or India's National Menstrual Hygiene
Mental
Day.
hygiene
So
day.
menstrual
Yes.
hygiene, talk periods. That is what was Dr. Jaideep's theme in 2018 as a President Foxy. Talk periods, make the periods talkable, and give the girl a freedom to have sanitary pads, hygienic. And then we came up with the washable sanitary pads. So health education and awareness from school, colleges, factories, workplaces, hotels, everywhere. Everyone needs health education. Even your hospital nurses need it. So we do a program for them every month. Call all of them, check their blood pressure, weight, and talk to them about one disease. So that is, and of course, webinars can be done and reels can be made, which is because people are more on social media. So short reels, because nobody has the time to watch for long podcasts. So very short reels with a single message by all of us. I can ask Dr. Sunita to ask all these 27 chairpersons to make them and float them on very, very small topics. Just just 2 or 3 minutes reels on one disease. Then the third thing is that we have to restrict sugar, salt, maida. The high glycemic carbohydrates have to be reduced in the diet. The low glycemic carbohydrates or complex carbohydrates like millets and like corn, they have to be added in. That again, the government public health program is done very well. And
Right.
our honorable Prime Minister's push on millets has been fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
So millet bajra खाइए. So millet bajra गाय भैंसों के लिए नहीं है. It is healthy for human beings. So that is what our Prime Minister is doing. The millet summit we saw, and India is going to be the millet capital of the world. And that will reduce the wheat pressure on the farmers for growing wheat and give them money, affordable thing. The last is that we should have a very, very affordable healthcare.
Right.
Again, last 10 years, again, I have to praise our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji that to start Ayushman Bharat. Now, with Ayushman Bharat, the care which is given to villagers who are not even coming is phenomenal. Let me tell you my experience. I have been in practice, gynec practice since 1986. In the medical college, we were operating a lot of ward mayors, prolapse uteruses.
Right.
In the private practice, it was once a month.
Oh.
In Ayushman, since the last 4 years, 3 a week. I'm operating 3 prolapses a week.
Oh.
This is one Ayushman hospital. Imagine these women were not coming 20 years. They're staying in the village with prolapse uterus. Terrible. Their life was finished, ruined. No quality of life, no sexual intercourse, urine leaking all the time, and decubitus ulcers, stinking, smelling. They were not getting treated because they're women. They were not telling. They were not aware. And secondly, they couldn't afford.
Yeah.
So they were affording all the money to get vaccination and treatment for their grandchildren and not for themselves.
Right.
So how much this one for one disease, this public health program started for screening and healthcare. All the PHCs, I believe, have now been called as wellness centers. Great move.
Great.
Why should someone go to the hospital only for disease?
Yes.
Someone should go to the center or somewhere to learn about how to be free from disease.
Very right.
So this wellness center which the government of India has formed, all the PHCs, is again a fantastic move. And next 10 years, we're going to see a healthier Indian women and a healthier Indian society and a healthier. That's what I predict. So this will dramatically reduce the burden of NCDs. It will improve healthy imaging. It will improve the quality of life of aging people, especially women in the villages. And if a woman is healthy, we say the family is healthy, family is healthy, the society is healthy, the village is healthy, the city is healthy, the country is healthy. So it's all depends on women's health, and we have to look after our women for our women's health. That is what we do. Beti bachao, beti padhao se nahi chalega. Again, a slogan given by Foxy in 2008 when I was the president. बेटी पढ़ गई है पर अभी भी बच्ची नहीं है because she is not aware of all these things.
Yes, yes.
So now we have to change it to बेटी बचाओ, बेटी पढ़ाओ, बेटा समझाओ.
Better समझो. Very
So
good.
then only we can have a healthier woman. And so all these things will lead to control aging and this thing. So it's not this ये कहाँ से आ गया बेटी बचाओ. बेटी बचाओ is a big effort we can make for a healthy population in India.
So both the Narendras are doing great work. One
No,
is
I'm not
our
doing
Prime
great.
Minister, Dr. Shri Narendra Modi ji, and other is our own past Foxy President, Shri Dr. Narendra Malhotra sir. I have learnt a lot today from you, sir. You said that we have a very good approach. We should promote the walking places, as there are so many schemes of the government. We are making reels, we are making the nukkad nataks and promoting the education, and we should promote the education to all, how to remain healthy. Thank you so much for giving us such a great knowledge. One last question is, what is the biggest myth about the aging and disease you would like to bust, sir?
So the myth is disease is an inevitable part of aging. So you will get aging disease. ये सब लोग सोचते हैं कि हम बूढ़े होंगे तो हमको सारी बीमारियां लग जाएंगी. ये नहीं है. This is a myth. You can very well age and be very healthy. You see, our security advisor to the government of India, Dhoval sir, is over 84, 83 or 84, I think.
Great.
And look at how he's handled the current crisis. Look at how he travels all over the world, convincing governments like from all over the world, like American government, Trump. Who can convince Trump? Only Doval and Narendra Modi can convince Trump. Nobody else. So aging बीमारी है, ये हमको इससे दूर रहना पड़ेगा. एजिंग बीमारी नहीं है, या बीमार आप ओल्ड एज में होते हो, ये भी करेक्ट नहीं है. सो just getting old is not disease. Data shows that aging can be very, very healthy, as I've just shown you with the example. And with early lifestyle prevention measures, you can be very, very healthy. So longevity is not just about living long. Longevity is about living healthy and well. That is what we have to follow. The biggest myth कि aging से बीमार हो गए, वो नहीं है.
थैंक यू सर फॉर सच ए ग्रेट नॉलेज. आपकी इसी बात पे मुझे ये कुछ दो पंक्तियां याद आती हैं. आईना जब उम्र दिखाए, आईना जब उम्र दिखाए, चेहरे पर अनुभव की रेखा सजाए. कमजोरी नहीं, ये तो विवेक है. कमजोरी नहीं, ये तो विवेक है. पर भीतर कहीं कोई नेक तन्हा संघर्ष भी है. घुटनों में हल्की सी टीस, दिल की धड़कन में अजीब सी रीस. शुगर की चुपचाप बढ़ती लहरें, हड्डियों की टूटती कमजोर पहरे. बुढ़ापा तो जीवन का उत्सव है. बुढ़ापा जिसको कहते हैं वो तो जीवन का उत्सव हो सकता है. एक नया अध्याय, एक अनुभव है. पर उसे चाहिए देखभाल की रोशनी, जांच, जागरूकता और थोड़ी सी संवेदना भी. बचाव हमारा सबसे बड़ा उपहार है. जांच हो समय पर, जैसे कि आपने बताया, जांच हो समय पर, ना रहे कुछ अधूरा सार. स्वास्थ्य सिर्फ जवानी की पहचान नहीं, यह तो पूरी जिंदगी का मान है. ये तो पूरी जिंदगी का मान है. So we can keep ourselves healthy forever. Thank you so much for
तो
joining
थैंक
me.
यू. लोगों को अक्सर ये कहते सुना है कि जिंदा रहे तो फिर मिलेंगे. लोगों को अक्सर ये कहते सुना है कि जिंदा रहे तो फिर मिलेंगे. पर आज हमने आप सबसे मिलकर ये महसूस किया है कि मिलते रहेंगे तभी तो जिंदा रहेंगे.
अभी तो जिंदा
थैंक
रहेंगे.
यू.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. We love this podcast with you. Thank you
थैंक
so
यू.
much. Thank you. Regards.